there. This is Jess, one of the relationship revivalists, and I want to say welcome back to our study about fear and how to get rid of fear. And the more I thought about it, because the more that we focus on something like fear, the more fear we get. It's like, I don't know that I want to just study fear. I think this is a study about God's love for me, how much He loves me, how much He loves you. So let's call it a love study, shall we? And also, thank you for joining me on this journey. So let's get right into it. We've been talking about a book that really caught my eye because of the title. It says, Make Fear Bow. I just love that because I am ready to be done with fear, low-grade anxiety, whatever you want to call it. And it's by Gary V. Whetstone. And I've already gotten so much out of this book. And I want to share a few more things. And also you might think, oh, those are cute. Does that come in the book? Well, no, they're sticky notes. I love pink. But I don't do this with many books, but I started reading this and I thought I want to remember some of these key points. I'm going to highlight. And then I also have been taking things that I've highlighted and writing more of an overarching note kind of theme on my sticky notes. And that's helped me so much because it's helped me to remember key things that I've learned so far. But we're in chapter 3 right now. We're talking about chapter 3. And what Gary Whetstone did was he was able to study the main 4 types of fear. And so he outlines them one by one in his book. And so in chapter 3, it's the first one about trusting in the arm of the flesh. Like, oh my goodness, I needed to read this one. When I started to read this chapter, I thought, oh, this will be perfect, for, I was thinking about somebody else, my husband. He really needs this. But the more I started reading and I realized I really needed it because, were you like me? We're kind of brought up, I think like everyone else, to try to figure it out on your own as much as you can before you ask for help. I think that's just human nature, right? So we think, oh, I should be able to figure this out. And, a lot of times we can. Everyday things through life we've been through before, great. But there are often times where something happens or we come up to a problem or a struggle and it's like, I'm not sure what to do. And then we start trying to trust in ourselves way before we ever think about bringing God into it. I want to share a little personal story with you. When I was a freshman in college, I had a paper to write as pretty much like everyone in college has tons of papers to write throughout their college career, but I was writing one of my first ones and it was kind of difficult for me. I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't getting it yet. I wasn't feeling inspired. And I called my mom on the phone and she encouraged me, hey, why don't you pray first, listen to what God has to say, and then write your paper. And so we hung up and I did. I spent some time in prayer first. You might think, wow, praying before a paper. Yes, absolutely. So I prayed first. I waited for some inspiration from God. I got it. And then I wrote a paper. And if I remember right, the teacher gave me some feedback that she was grading the papers, kind of a remote but public place. And she actually had tears come to her eyes when she read my paper. So the Holy Spirit was able to help me put my passion into my paper, and I got a great grade on it. So I just want to give you that encouragement. With the big and the small, whatever it is coming your way, make sure that you are giving that to God and connecting with Him to get the answer. And with that, I want to say I'll see you in the next video, and let's continue the journey there.